No way we actually do this. The Dallas Mavericks have pretty good odds this upcoming draft at getting the number 12 overall pick, and the one player that's projected to fall at number 12 according to many mock boards out there is BYU's 6'9" Eastern European point forward in Egor Demin. And after the Dallas Mavericks got rid of their last 6'9" point forward from Eastern Europe, it's kind of odd to think that we would make the choice of using our draft pick at getting another point forward. But there's a lot of pros and cons that come with drafting a player like Egor Demin, whereas we're used to a player like Luka, but what if we got a younger but slightly different version? So in this video, we're going to take a look at Egor Demin, see how well he actually played this past year in college, what are his strengths and weaknesses, and whether or not the Dallas Mavericks should even draft him. How's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 20,373 subscribers. Just want to say thank you guys so much for all the support. We are going over every single lottery pick player between now and Monday, where we find out which pick we actually get. So if you want to be up to date on all the analysis and breakdowns of these players, make sure you subscribe. But like I said, the Dallas Mavericks, they just traded away their last Eastern European 6'9" point forward. So it'd be weird to think that we'd go out and get another 6'9" Eastern European point forward. But there's a lot of pros and cons that come with that. There was nothing really wrong with the way Luka Doncic played, at least from a basketball standpoint, and his archetype. The point forward definitely worked, and he was absolutely amazing, a generational talent. And just because he shares a lot of similarities with another player like Egor Demin doesn't mean we're getting the exact same thing, as he's being compared most likely to Josh Giddey and Anthony Black from the Orlando Magic, and not so much Luka Doncic, but the similarities are there. If we take a look right here, the Dallas Mavericks, like I said, we're projected around the 11th, the 12th spot. I mean, honestly, we're probably going to stay down there. But if Egor does fall to us, then hey, do we draft the player that's the best player available or the player that fits the team the best? But if we take a look right here, like I say, Egor Demin, he's seen to drop around the 12th spot, maybe the 11th spot, but we'll see. But Egor Demin, the guard out of BYU, 6'9", 190, freshman, only 19 years old. Summary, Demin has a rare ability at his size to make dazzling passes, but he's also struggled to shoot and create his own shot against lengthy defenders, making him more of a love him or hate him prospect than a sure thing. And like I said, his comparisons were Josh Giddey and Anthony Black, which aren't bad comparisons, especially when you look at the season that Josh Giddey is having, as well as what Anthony Black has been able to do for the Orlando Magic as a great role player. Now, Egor Demin, 6'9" point guard, is that what we're looking for? Well, yes, we are looking for a point guard, and if you have someone of size, it's definitely better than getting a player who's 6'2", 6'3", who won't be that good on defense, where the opposing team will pick them apart. You'll have to learn how to play a little bit more gritty. You've got a player with size who doesn't have to worry about the mismatch too much on offense or on defense, that can actually hold his own pretty well on defense. Defense wins championships. That's our motto. May as well get it tattooed on us. And so if you want a good point guard who can play some good defense, why not go for Egor Demin? But it doesn't stop there. He has a lot of other strengths as well. If we take a look right here, one of the strengths is playmaking. Demin is a fluid ball handler for his size, with the height to see over defenders and the vision to make any pass. He puts velocity on his passes and delivers them with accuracy. It's a natural skill for him, the way he works to manipulate defenders and then seamlessly fires creative passes off the dribble, and that is absolutely amazing. If we were to draft Egor Demin, I can see him working very well with Klay Thompson, as Klay Thompson desperately needs someone to create for him. Easily one of the best catch and shoot players in the NBA on our team, or at least at one point he was. But to have someone like Demin until Kyrie comes back from his injury, that would definitely help out our offense a lot. Being able to pass, being able to play make, that's what we need. A point guard to play make and facilitate for everybody else. And it doesn't stop there. I do like the playmaking. The passing is amazing, but there's more to Demin's game. If we take a look at his off-ball movement, if he doesn't become a primary creator down the line, his basketball IQ along with ball will come in handy. Before joining BYU, he played for Real Madrid and excelled within its motion system, showing strong instincts cutting and relocating into open space. I mean, hey, an Eastern European, 6'9" point guard, played for Real Madrid. Not saying that this is another Luka Doncic, but I've seen a lot of comparisons between him and Luka. But the one thing that Luka doesn't really do that well is off-ball movements, and that is clearly a strength that Egor has. The basketball IQ is there, be able to play off-ball. I mean, the Real Madrid motion system, that's something that will be in addition to what we have, as that's something that we don't have. We don't have a player that can play like that, of that size, of that build and archetype. Egor Demin has a lot of pluses. The minuses may not be that bad, but like I said before, defense wins championships. Nico's been saying it. We've all been saying it. We may as well just buy into it. Defense wins championships. Take a look at Egor's defense. Demin's size gives him defense versatility. He moves well laterally and can use his length around the rim as a helper. Beautiful. We already have Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively, two of the league's best rim protectors, also backed up by Anthony Davis. Throw Demin out there. I mean, Demin at the point guard. Sure, put Clay at the 2. You got PJ at the 3, AD at the 4. You got Derrick Lively or Gafford at the 5. That is a very big lineup. That is a monstrous defensive lineup, and it opens up the offense for other players to play within themselves and maybe outside of what they naturally do. I mean, we've all said how we want Derrick Lively to take more threes. We saw that 1-3 in the finals, and we haven't seen it since. But if you have a playmaking point guard who can space the floor, create for others, we can see more of that. We can see a difference in other people's game instead of just seeing the DHO with Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively, or just the pick and roll. Cool, pick and pop. Derrick Lively just off the screen, boom, hit the 3. We all go crazy. But Egor Demin is a great player, but he's not without his faults. If we take a look at some of his weaknesses right here, one of them is shooting, which isn't a problem that can't be fixed, but it does take time. But there aren't many indicators that inspire optimism in his shot. He has made under 70% of his free throws and doesn't have soft touch on tough layups or floaters. He made only 18.8% of his dribble jumper 2s, 25% of his dribble jumper 3s, and 27.1% of his catch and shoot 3s per synergy. Additionally, with stiff mechanics and a shaky ability to create his own shot against pressure, he clearly has quite a long way to go. That can be fixed. I feel like shooting is something you just get him in the gym with the right people around him. Get him with Clay. Get him with Kyrie. Get him with a shooting coach. Get him around people to fix that shot. If that's his only weakness or one of his very few weaknesses, then Egor Demin is still a player worth picking if he were to fall to us at the 12th spot. Having bad shooting percentage like that is a little bit concerning, but if he's able to still attack the basket, if he's still able to create for others, then he's not a liability on offense. Just want to make sure that he plays more towards his strengths and not his weaknesses. But another weakness that he also has is shot creation. Even though he moves gracefully, he lacks a quick first step in the burst to consistently turn the corner without the advanced handle to compensate. Most of his pull-up jumpers are heavily contested, and even his layups don't come easy. Despite his size, he isn't an above-the-rim finisher either, which is especially an issue since he struggles scoring against physical contact. So obviously, shooting as well as shot creation are two big glaring weaknesses for Egor, but the defense, the playmaking, that's all there. I truly believe that the offense is something that can be taught. The offense can be something that Jason Kidd can work with him to make better, and down the road, the Dallas Mavericks could use a player like him. Whenever Kyrie retires, whenever Klay Thompson retires, whenever Anthony Davis retires, players like Demin Egor that you take now, you cultivate, you build, you grow, you build on what he already has, is something that will pay dividends down the road when we don't have a first-round draft pick, where we may be one of the worst teams in the league, but that's the year we don't have a draft pick. Cool, we still have a young player that's growing, he's budding, he's doing exactly what we need, and who knows, finding a player like this in the draft could open up our offense until Kyrie comes back that could actually transform the team. A few years ago, we saw exactly what happened when getting PJ and Daniel Gafford did to the team. Drafting a player like Demin could do the same thing. Let me know in the comment section down below. Do you think that Egor Demin is a player that you would want to see on the Mavs? Do you think he has what it takes to take us to the next level? Or is there someone else that you'd rather have us draft? Let me know in the comment section down below. We'd have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. And as always, y'all take care. Drink water. Peace.